All right, on this recording, we're going to start to duplicate this, but we're going to duplicate it in a different way. Before we were doing a duplicate instance and we were kind of locking it off where this side was not really part of the process. So now we're going to actually duplicate it and then merge them together. So I'm pretty happy with this. I would probably like to do one more split down the middle and round off the head. And you can see I've kind of told everyone kind of a stop sign look is what you're trying to create. So it would be nice to get a split and get this kind of pulled up here a little bit more. But I think I'm going to wait till after I get everything into position. So even down here, as I'm looking at it, some quick things I could probably make a little bit rounder. I'm going to go ahead and grab these, pull that in, pull this guy in, just kind of round it. All right. Anywhere where you can see that you can kind of push in, round, push in like so. On the other side, anywhere it's flat, just kind of push it in. All right, you should spend about 15 minutes doing that. I think a lot of you, well, even my ears are pretty bad here. You'll want to work on getting those ears nice and round. All right, even though when you hit this in subdivisional mode with number 3, you'll see that it needs a little help. All right, this probably needs to go in just a little bit, and inward too. All right. Just want to look at the flow of these lines. You'll see like they start looking pretty janky. That means they just need to be worked on. All right, especially in here, this could go in. All right, I could do this all day long. So I'm gonna stop here. That's not the point of this video. All right, see how straight that is. These should kind of balloon out also. So I'm gonna stop. Anyways, make sure you do your save. Increment save. Make sure you're always doing that. So I'm on number 3 right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this again, but we're going to finally get rid of this side. All right. Again, you saw me do increment and save, and we want to just go ahead now duplicate this, but not save. Oh my gosh, you can see this ear is way off here. All right. Again, you can see it's flat here. Oops. Use your arrows. Use my R, just kind of spread that out. All right, this looks really bad. All right, I'm not going to clean that up right now. But anyways, anytime you see the flow line is bad, just clean it up. All right, so we want to make sure the inside of our Dunny is clean. So you can see there's a wall here. We want to make sure that is clean. I'll hit delete, 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 delete. And be careful not to delete anything on the other side. It's very easy to do. All right, so we just basically want it to be kind of like an empty chocolate bunny on this side. All right, so now we're ready to duplicate it. And we're going to go to Edit, Duplicate, Special, and we're going to go to that dialog box again. Instead of instance, we want to make a copy this time. And we know we want the negative on the X side. Some of you, it could be on the Y or Z, depending on how you set yours up. All right, so now we have them side by side. And I'm going to hit, make sure we're in object mode and shift select. And we're going to go modify, and we're going to actually go to mesh and combine. All right, so now when we click it, they should be tied together. But as you get up close, you can see that they're kind of not together. So we're going to go in here. We're going to hand stitch this together. There's other ways of doing it, but we're going to hand stitch it just so you understand how to clean up bad vertices and also how to read bad vertices. Right now, you can see there's 2 vertexes right here. If you don't see this, you want to go up to Display, Show. Actually, we're going to display polygons, actually windows. Let's see. All right, All right, display heads up. All right, and then right here we have poly count. Okay, display, heads up display, and poly count. All right, so you can see I turned it off, and we're gonna go display, heads up, and then poly count. Not particle, but poly count. All right, this will give you a whole bunch of information, faces and everything else. But right now we want to see that that is two faces. So we're going to go ahead, select over that, and we're going to hold down our shift and merge vertices and go to merge vertices. And you can see it goes from a 2 to 1. So I'm just going to go around here, 2, and I'm going to hit G, which will do my last thing, which was merge vertices. I'm also going to hit the stop on the record button. So we're just going to go through, hit number 4, that which is transparent. You're going to see that it is number 2, and you want to make it number 1. So I hold down my shift, right click, hold, merge vertices, merge vertices. All right, so I'm just going to keep going around. And you can see it's 2. You don't always have to look up, but you can actually just see it sometimes. All right, so just going to go all the way around to Dunny. And make sure you don't grab both front and back. You can actually merge them and create a hole. So be aware of where you're going. Okay, it does get tricky. You can also do this, hit 5 back and forth. All right, so I can see it pretty good as I'm going down here. You can see it visually here that they're separated. All right, so again, you want to keep your geometry very simple. That's why we made it look almost robotic. You'll see in just a second when we smooth this out how great this is. All right, we're literally almost done with the model, so believe it or not. All right, so just keep going in here. And I'm just hitting G over and over and over again, even probably redundantly hitting these, knowing that I've already done it. All right, so I'm going to go object mode. I'm going to hit 5, the shaded, and I'm going to hit number 3. All right, that's my subdivisional mode, and we can kind of look around and see if there's any issues. If you have anything weird showing up here, it means you probably haven't merged a vertice. All right, so I think I'm almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and do that one split, and hopefully it does it all the way around this Dunny. I'm gonna just do a little bit of cleanup here on the ears. You can see it's kind of wonky. I'm gonna hit W. And one of the cool things also is when I select it here, we're gonna start doing asymmetrical, but I don't want that. So we're gonna go up here to the right hand here, show and hide toolkit, and I can go in here and where it says modeling toolkit, we're going to go symmetry, and it says off. We're going to go X object, and you can see now when I select a tool, because we made it symmetrical, you can see it's going to do it on the same side. So this is helpful for our modeling to keep it, again, symmetrical, kind of what we're kind of going after. All right, so now we can see one of our issues here is this kind of merged together. I'm not sure how that happened. So somehow I have a triangle. That's a big issue. I might hit F. Let's see. All right, so there's 2 vertices there. So we'll try to just select one. That's really weird. So you don't need to see me clean this up. But anyways, the idea is just to show you symmetry here. That whatever we're doing on one side, you basically doing on the other. So we'll just pull this one in. This one's looking a little funky. Let's try to keep that going on. Pull that in. Start curving it in. Curve that one in too. Pull it down. All right. That is really driving me crazy. Why it did that. Again, you should probably be looking at your front and side view. I think this Dunny is probably a little bit more pronounced. Again, we want to do one more cut down the center here. I'll go back to my object mode, shift and do my insert edge loop. And I want to cut right down here because I want something down here and possibly see what happens when it goes down the body. So I'm going to click All right, didn't really go down the center like I wanted, but that's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and hit vertex, and we'll pull this back and pull this out. All right, just kind of clean it up by hand. Pull this down a little bit and out. And just like that, we're almost done with the modeling of Dunny, at least for our first model. We don't want to go too crazy. We could spend hours and hours on this, but I think this is doing all right. All right, on the ears, hopefully this is doing symmetry on the other side. Let's see. Yep. We're just going to go ahead and just pull that out. Pull that out. All right, so you can see it didn't cut all the way through, so there's definitely something wrong with that. So we're just going to leave that as is. We're going to round this out just a little bit. Pull that to the center and pull it up just a little bit. And up. All right, some really weird stuff. All right, I'm showing you some bad practices for sure. All right, I'm just going to kind of look the other way on this one. I may, off camera, clean these really weird geometry things going on at the tip of my hand here and also the tip of my ear. Something definitely happened. All right. All right. I think that's about it. I'm going to maybe pull up this armpit just a little bit higher, the whole thing. Chest is looking pretty good. Pull these out just a little bit. All right, maybe the chest. More of a gut. All right, I think that's it. So I'll probably stop here. It's a pretty long recording. Again, you want to kind of round these things in. I'm going to maybe pull this one in a little bit. All right, and right click, and we'll hit number 3. And that's what it looks like in subdivisional mode. That's pretty dang good. So again, it's probably, if I wasn't recording, I could probably record that really quickly. I am going to go in and clean up those ears so you're not having to watch me for 10 minutes clean that up. And on the next tutorial, we'll show you how to kind of flatten this out for UV mapping. All right.